Here's a full-length documentary clip on Diego Maradona, tracing his life from birth to death, covering his childhood, football career, lifestyle, and legacy. Documentary title, Maradona, The Hand of God. Prologue, a name that echoes eternity. Few names in the world of sports evoke as much passion, controversy, brilliance, and heartbreak as Diego Armando Maradona. A magician on the field and a troubled soul off it, Maradona lived a life that mirrored a Greek tragedy, full of glory, excess, downfall, and redemption. On October 30, 1960, in a shantytown called Villa Fiorito on the outskirts of Buenos Aires, a boy was born into poverty. He was the fifth of 8 children. His father, a factory worker, and his mother, a housemaid, had little money but boundless love. The boy's name, Diego Armando Maradona. At age 3, he was gifted a leather football. It would become an extension of his body, his toy, his tool, his ticket out of poverty. He sleeps with the ball, his mother would say, and soon, the world would see why. The boy genius. By age 8, Diego joined Los Cebolitas, the Little Onions, a youth team that went unbeaten for 136 games. He could dribble past 5 defenders with ease. Even as a child, there was something divine in the way he moved. His talent was undeniable. At 15, he made his debut for Argentinos Juniors. In the stands, people said they were witnessing the arrival of a football prophet. Rising star. In 1981, Maradona transferred to Boca Juniors, the club of his heart. He brought joy, flair, and electricity to Argentine football. The next year, he moved to Europe, joining Barcelona for a then world record fee. But Spain was a turbulent chapter. He dazzled on the pitch but clashed with management and suffered a brutal injury that nearly ended his career. The God of Naples. In 1984, Diego arrived in Naples, a city hungry for hope. Napoli, an underdog club, took a gamble on him. He repaid them by becoming not just a player, but a messiah. He led Napoli to their first ever Serie A title in 1987, then again in 1990. For the poor and oppressed in southern Italy, Maradona wasn't just a footballer. He was a symbol of defiance, of pride. But off the pitch, darkness loomed. The devil's shadow. With fame came addiction, cocaine, late nights, ties to the Camorra, the Neapolitan mafia. Maradona spiraled. The same man who floated past defenders on Sunday was running from police on Monday. In 1991, he failed a drug test and received a 15-month ban. It was the beginning of a long battle with substance abuse that would haunt him for the rest of his life. The hand of God. Despite everything, Maradona reached his peak at the 1986 World Cup in Mexico. Against England, in a politically charged quarter-final, he scored 2 of the most iconic goals in football history. One, a blatant handball he called the hand of God. The other, a 60-yard slalom through 5 English defenders, widely hailed as the greatest goal of all time. He captained Argentina to World Cup glory. A nation wept, sang, and crowned him a national hero. Decline and descent. The 1990 World Cup saw Maradona lead Argentina to the final again, this time in Italy, where he was both loved and hated. Argentina lost to West Germany. 4 years later, in the 1994 World Cup, he was sent home after failing another drug test. His playing career ended in 1997 with Boca Juniors. The magic was gone, but the myth had only grown. Subscribe and share for my documentary and analyst. Life after the ball. Retirement did not bring peace. Maradona's post-playing years were filled with health crises, hospitalizations, and controversial public appearances. He battled obesity, heart problems, and relapsed into addiction multiple times. Yet he remained a godlike figure in Argentina, flawed, but worshipped. He coached briefly, including a chaotic stint with the national team in the 2010 World Cup. His tactics were questionable. His passion was not. Death of a deity. On November 25, 2020, Diego Maradona died of a heart attack at his home in Tigre, Argentina. He was 60 years old. His death brought a nation, and the football world, to its knees. Millions flooded the streets. Murals, songs, tattoos, tears. The boy from Villa Fiorito had become immortal. Epilogue, the man, the myth, the miracle. Maradona was not a saint. He was a genius wrapped in chaos. A god on the field, a lost soul off it. But his story is one of survival, of inspiration, of unfiltered humanity. In Diego Maradona, we saw our own flaws, our own dreams, our own falls, and our own moments of impossible brilliance. Diego Maradona, he lived, He played, he conquered. He was not perfect, but he was unforgettable. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe and share.